Hi everyone, my name is Alexander Ranz from Austria, and I will talk in this video about what blockchain is, how it works, and its main role in a circular economy and inside the Circuloos project. Austria is a public permission blockchain consortium for a multi-sector ecosystem, including big companies and also startups, also academia like universities, and also public institutions related with governments. We are focused on building real-world blockchain use cases and infrastructure ready to use for every kind of blockchain projects. We support, of course, trusted and regulation-aligned data collaboration. We are a multi-sector consortium formed with more than 500 members, all of them companies, and we contribute to Circuloos project, providing our knowledge and experience in distributed architectures, resilience, security, and secure data sharing aligned with EPSI. Austria is also worth to note. In 2025, we created and we have launched in this year the Spanish blockchain services infrastructure, named ISBE, which are the letters in Spanish, which is focused on providing a trusted and regulated infrastructure for ready-to-use blockchain projects. Austria and Circuloos try to provide trust to end users, enabling trustless data sharing across worldwide participants. The main challenges here is that blockchain is not easy to use for end users because we need to use crypto wallets, private keys, smart contracts, and different functionalities related with blockchain that are not obvious and have a lot of times not a good user experience for most of end users. So we have a user-centric approach for SMEs to benefit from blockchain in an easy way. So our main mission here is to build Web3 components related with blockchain which provide standard integration with the standard technologies for most applications in order to deploy them for the end users in a very easy way to use. So we deliver Web3 components to make blockchain simple for most of the users. But let's talk a bit about the history of blockchain. Everything started with Bitcoin in 2008, and the first goal was to create a peer-to-peer digital value exchange, solving one of the most important problems on the value in digital ecosystems, which was the double spending, because when you have a digital file, you can easily copy multiple times, and that does not fit very well when you are managing with value, right? Because the value cannot be easily copy pasted. So the solution was a cryptographic proof, a protocol, proof of work, which was presented by Satoshi Nakamoto, an unknown person or group, in a white paper called Bitcoin as peer-to-peer electronic cash system that was designed to avoid any intermediaries in the digital value sharing processes. But later, this expanded more beyond about the money, and in 2015, Vitalik Buterin launched Ethereum, the Ethereum platform and software, which was a new kind of blockchain that was supporting the creation of decentralized application on top of the blockchain, which are called smart contracts, which are pieces of codes, algorithms that works in top of blockchains and are irrevocable. So once you execute them, the process cannot be rolled back. Since then, blockchain has been used to a lot of different applications and in different sectors, always with one main purpose: to build trustless applications. But what blockchain really is, we can define blockchain like a shared ledger across multiple people, organizations, with immutable data, because once you write some piece of information on top of a blockchain, in a blockchain transaction, you cannot remove that information. And that is demonstrated in a mathematical way thanks to advanced cryptography. So everything is ruled by a network of validators that are basically computers running a standardized software, and you have a history of time stamped and easily to audit information, and that creates the foundation for digital trust between parties. So blockchain creates trust between organizations because they can have in an easy way a shared version of the truth. So the information is easily shared between them instead of having traditional centralized databases managed by each party, and creating lack of confidence because one party could easily modify the content of the database and don't inform properly or in an automatic way to the other part. That doesn't happen in blockchain because all the information that is recorded cannot be removed, and any kind of modifications or any kind of data adding or any process relating with adding new data on the blockchain is recorded also in an immutable way, thanks to the event logs that could be very easily audited by anyone and in an immutable way. So that creates a foundation for shareable information that is traceable, that is consists of on a chain of evidences. So the disputes could be very easily solved and can be automatically disappear. And thanks to the smart contracts that are decentralized applications, all the process could be automated, also in a trusted way. So how blockchain works? A new transaction containing any kind of data is proposed. The network checks the rules. If everything is correct, that creates a valid transaction that are grouped in a block of transactions. Each block of transaction is linked to the previous blocks, creating a chain of blocks. That's because the name of blockchain, and the ledger is updated across the network, adding new kinds of information to the chain. And also the smart contracts, decentralized applications, live in transactions that are the transactions defining the deployment and also containing the code of this algorithm that lives in blockchain, and could be trigger actions automatically when are invoked by anyone. We can think on a smart contract like an API, application programming interface that are available by anyone to use them, and in case they have the requested permissions to execute any of their actions, they can proceed creating new data or checking any kind of information on the blockchain, and any kind of action creates a new transactions. So we have a chain of blocks full of transactions on each block, and each block linked to the other one thanks to cryptography, having a reference to the previous block. So when blockchain fits the best? When many parties of many organizations, people share one process or one layer of truth or information. When the trust is limited across different organizations that doesn't properly share the information, which is totally natural, when auditability is a business requirement, or when the records of information must be tamper evident and very easy to demonstrate that any modification has not occurred. So also when we need shared rules that must be enforced automatically, and that's happened thanks to the smart contracts that, apart of having information that cannot be removed or edited, also we can define rules or actions that must be enforced, that cannot be modified, and will be executed automatically and irrevocably in all the times. And blockchain for circular economy, that are the kind of project we are having here, also plays a very important role because blockchain can track the life cycle of products, parts, and materials of all the processes, also in a very trustless way. Because in all the circular economy projects, we have always different organizations collaborating on making different changes through different processes to the materials or to the products. So it's very easy to prove the origin, the ownership, and all the transformation events that has occurred to have a new product in the process. It supports all the reuse, repair, refurbish, and remanufacture flows very easily because it's just to add new information about each process and very easy to demonstrate that information is valid. Also enable a trusted digital product passport in a way that are very easily again to demonstrate that any kind of modification has not been occurred during the process. So improve also the ESG evidence and reporting and reduce the reconciliation time between different partners across the supply chain. And blockchain in Circuloos project enables a transferring work aligned with EPSI. Also, we use blockchain-based registries for transparency and robustness in order to give a plus on trust to all the organizations involved in Circuloos project. We log all the transactions and data usage in order to be audited very easily and in a public way if needed. We register tamper-proof evidence through the data platform, so all the information that we need to notarize, we can do it thanks to the blockchain. We make also the procurement agreements traceable through smart contracts in order to be very easy to trace and to track all the history of all the agreements in order to generate and strengthen the collaboration across the different manufacturing SMEs involved on Circuloos project. Just for you and to recap all about blockchain, we need to emphasize that blockchain is not only about cryptocurrencies. Blockchain is more related with trusted and especially trustless infrastructure that enables collaboration between different parties, between different organizations that do not need to have confidence on the other one. Also, that trust enables the data sharing, new kinds of processes that before were impossible, and data sharing enables also circular processes because it's enforced and make very easy to collaborate, to prove the information across the different organizations and also to the end user or the consumer in order to validate that everything has worked inside a circular economy process. And that is why blockchain matters in Circuloos project and in circular economy. And thanks to all of you. We hope that you have enjoyed this presentation and you have a better understanding of what blockchain is, how it works, and how it helps to circular economy and especially to the Circuloos project. Thank you.